one on TNT one, Adriano Moraes against Demetrious Johnson. Just how good is this fight in your mind? And in your opinion, how much has it meant for Demetrious Johnson to come in the last couple of years?
Like just off his name alone, he could have jumped right into a title shot. But what does he do? He enters into a gauntlet in the flyweight division, and he takes them out. He looked really, really good against Yuya Wakamatsu. Wakamatsu tested him with that right hand, put him down. King Ed brought the fight to him. He looked spectacular there. And then, Wada, he was in danger with Wada, and he shows that he truly is one of the greatest of all time. And but it also goes to show you just how good our flyweights are. He has not had, the steamroll that everybody thought he was going to do. People thought he was going to knock everybody out really quick, but he didn't. He was tested and he was pushed, and he earned his shot at the flyweight world title. But this is Adriano's chance to prove to the world just how good he is. I've known Adriano for a very long time, and he is a spectacular martial artist. He's an incredible grappler, a really sound striker, and he's got a really good intellect. He's got a good fight IQ. He can figure things out inside the moment and really stay composed because he's got such a wealth of experience. He just hasn't been as active as I want him to be. But now, since DJ entered the one championship, Adriano Moraes has been planning for him. Adriano Moraes for 2 years has been studying this man and devising the blueprint on how to beat the GOAT. And I think this fight is going to really be exciting. And it's going to be a constant back and forth battle that's just going to be a war of attrition.
Also on this card, Eddie Alvarez versus Iuri Lapicus. Eddie had a tough start, but he's now 1-1. What would a win here mean for him going forward?
Well, I think Eddie's been talking about a title shot since he got to one championship. He's like, I want the 3 organizational titles on my mantelpiece, and I want them as soon as possible. And he had a rough match against Nasdrukin. Nasdrukin put it on Eddie Alvarez, and then Edward Foliang had him in trouble, hurt him with the leg, hurt him on the feet. But that veteran that he is, he was able to find a way to get the win and take out the former champ. If Eddie Alvarez can beat Iuri Lapicus in this upcoming matchup, I think he's right there. I think it's hard to deny you a title shot if you beat the number 2 guy. And Iuri Lapicus right now is number 2. The only guy above him is Doggy. And I think Doggy's really close to a title shot, but the title's got a whole different situation right now with Christian Lee against Nasdrukin, which is going to be a fascinating match in itself. But I really think that this match it's going to be I don't want to say do or die, but it's a really important match for Eddie. And I know how important this match is for him. And I know how much importance he places on this because he wants that 3rd world title more than anything. And he's just got to go through this, extremely tough, well-rounded athlete, Iuri Lapicus had his shot at the belt, and I think he just made a couple of mistakes. He wasn't expecting that rush from Christian Lee. So Iuri Lapicus has a lot to prove here too. Iuri Lapicus wants a big win over the legend that is Eddie Alvarez. So, I want to ask your opinion. What do you think?
I think I'd probably favor Eddie because of that experience level you mentioned. And then if he wins, you could justifiably give him a title shot, I think. Because Lapicus, as you said, he's just coming off that shot recently against Christian Lee. So also on this card we've got Rodtang. Talk to me about him because he's one of my favorite guys to watch at the minute in the world. But a lot of people outside of Asia might not know about him.
I mean, this Muay Thai with small gloves is going to be sort of a treat. It's going to be a surprise for a lot of people. And the way that I like to think about Muay Thai and the small gloves inside the cage is kind of like MMA without the grappling, right? So a lot of fans don't really understand the grappling aspect of it, right? They don't understand sweeps and top control and all this stuff. So kind of it eliminates that, right? So it's just the meaty bits, right? Like it's just that fire that comes from Muay Thai. And the small gloves, when you put Rodtang inside small gloves, it changes everything. I was speaking to Jonathan Haggerty about it, and he was saying that when Rodtang was hitting him, it was like somebody was throwing rocks at his body. It hurt in a whole different way, and he wasn't used to it. And he's just so exciting. He just had this match. It was a kickboxing match with Tagir Kalilov, and his hands came down and he was like, do your best. And Kalilov teed off on him and hit him with like a 4-punch combination. Rodtang ate it, walked right through, and then just kept attacking. It is impossible to stop this guy. This guy really is the Iron Man of Muay Thai. And I think that the fans around the world, that you don't know who Rodtang is, you better get ready, because it's going to be excitement personified.
Yeah.